And now, he's a San Diego native, a top-rated real estate professional by the Wall Street Journal, as seen on The American Dream on Channel 4. It's Whissel time. Your host, Kyle Whissel.
Here we go.
Good evening. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170. The Answer. My name is Kyle Whissel, your host with Whissel Realty. My co-host, Mr. Jason Hall, he is slowly moping his way up the stairs, crying out all of his Chargers sorrows. He will be with us soon. We'll get to the Chargers woes in the second segment of the show. Also got a guest in studio today. We got Mr. Arash Rokni, one of the newest members of the Whissel Realty team. And Arash is going to share his story about relocating to San Diego from the DC area. And want to kind of share with you guys as listeners, you know, if you're new to San Diego or you're listening to the show, you're thinking about moving to San Diego, I want to give you some cool tips and tricks about different neighborhoods and whether you should rent, buy, all of that fun stuff. And we're going to get into that later in the show as well. But I want to kick the show off. I got a special guest on the line. Costas, you there, my friend?
I am here. Hey, Kyle.
How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you.
Good. So I want to talk a little bit about technology and how things have kind of been changing. Yesterday was a huge day. Apple came out. They announced the new iPhone. They've kind of set a new bar for the expectations of what people are getting out of a phone these days. I mean, the new iPhone starts out at like $1,000. The phone Samsung just released recently is like $930. I mean, we're kind of hitting a new level of technology when it comes to phones, and a lot of things are changing in the way that we communicate. And Costas, you have a technology that is kind of adapting to how technology is changing. So tell us a little bit about your company, some of the stuff that you guys are doing over there at Agent Legend.
Yeah, sure. So I think it's important when we're talking about this topic, right? Technology, because it's so easy for everybody, you know, us especially, to get excited about every new thing that comes out. But technology it's a tool, right? So at the end of the day, it's a hammer. It's a better hammer that a great carpenter still has to know how to use. So I think when you think of it in terms of that, then everybody can be really successful with it. And when you forget that, then you end up being the guy that paid $1,000 for a hammer and you don't even know how to hammer a nail in, right?
Right.
That would be me, by the way. I know nothing about home improvement, and I can't do one single thing when it comes to my house, so I would never do that.
Yeah.
However, but yeah. So our technology basically takes the very personalized touches that every salesperson, not just every realtor, but every salesperson throughout like the dawn of time knows that they should do, right? So, 50 years ago when there was no internet and there were no computers, but, Dale Carnegie was writing How to Win Friends and Influence People, and every salesperson was reading it. Like Dale Carnegie was saying the same things then that people said 50 years before that people still say now. If you have a prospect that reaches out to you, you're a salesperson, you're a realtor, mortgage broker, whatever, someone reaches out to you because they want your help, you need to be responsive, and you need to be personal, and you need to listen to them, and all that stuff. So our technology basically just takes what every salesperson, especially every realtor and mortgage broker, knows that they should do, but they don't have the time to do it. So I don't know where you want me to go from there, but that's kind of the high level.
Yeah, definitely. And what we love with your technology is, we're in the Uber era right now where, when I leave this radio station today, if I want to get a ride to the airport, I can tap a button on my phone and within a couple minutes have somebody come pick me up and take me there. If I want to order we have Amazon beer delivery now in San Diego. Like I can hit a button on my phone and I can have beer delivered to my house within a short period of time. And so I think that as time has evolved, consumer demands have changed to where everybody wants instant answers, instant satisfaction. And that's kind of where you guys deliver. So let's dive into, let's talk about, there's a lot of realtors that listen to the show, a lot of mortgage people, and just general business people that are listening to the show as well. So explain kind of how, let's say, we're running this radio show and somebody inquires with our company about buying a home. Where does your technology come in and how does it help me?
Yeah, sure. So, there's two parts, right? There's what you should do, and that's easy, right? You're not asking me what is it that I say to someone who calls and inquires about a house because you're a professional. You've had hundreds of these conversations. But, you as well as anybody knows that you could write down what you want your staff to say or what you would want you yourself to say. But that doesn't mean you're going to be able to say it every time, right? Because you're busy. It's kind of like it's kind of like going to a trainer who's designing a workout for you. He might be the best trainer in the world and know you perfectly, and he puts this perfect plan together. But at the end of the day, you can't pay someone else to do your own push-ups.
Right.
But in this case, you can. So what our system does is, so in your example, let's say someone calls into your radio show wanting information about this specific home. You could record your voice saying exactly the same things that you'd normally say if you were actually leaving a message for somebody like that. And the short of it is you wouldn't record just one message because most people will ignore you if you just respond to them one time. But if you record a couple of messages in your own voice, and again, this is, we're in the days of technology, right? So if you know someone's phone number, chances are it's a cell phone. So just because you've called somebody and left them a voicemail doesn't mean that's enough. You may as well text them. You do this tastefully, of course, and if you've got their email, then you should email them. So the short of it is our technology clones the same things that you normally do in your own voice, and it puts it on autopilot. So for 3 days, let's say someone inquires about, a property today. For 3 days, they're going to get follow-up from you in your own voice. It'll be voicemails, text messages, emails. None of it's going to be cookie cutter. It's all going to be personal. It's the same things you'd normally say anyway, so it is actually you getting in touch with them, but it's automated. Now, the prospect doesn't know that. They think that you're just on the ball, like, my gosh, Kyle is personally reaching out, wanting to help me, and then they respond to you, right? And once they respond to you, then, the connection is made. You know that they're serious. They're thankful that you're available, and then you can just close the deal. So that's what we do for thousands of real estate agents and mortgage brokers now.
I love it. Again, you're listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on AM 1170. The Answer, we're talking with Costas Peppas with Agent Legend. And they've got this technology that we've implemented in our business recently. And it's been really cool because, for example, let's say somebody inquires about a home for sale right now while we're recording this radio show. I obviously don't have the means to answer that call or respond to that message. And that's where your technology comes in and is not exactly artificial intelligence, but in a sense it kind of is, because it's doing some of this follow-up for me so that I make sure I don't lose that opportunity. Because like we said, people want instant answers. They want instant responses to things. And if I wait until this show's over in an hour and I don't respond to that person, they might have called somebody else and moved on because they wanted that answer. But by utilizing technology and some of the automation that you guys have at Agent Legend, that's able to satisfy that inquiry, at least until I get off the air, and then I'm able to follow up with that. And that's been huge for us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's exactly the idea that we had, that there are, you're a professional, you have years of experience, you have success, you have a great name, but what are you supposed to do when you're busy? And that's kind of the paradox of it, because the more successful you are, the busier you are, the less time you have. So maybe, you've got money to invest in generating leads for your real estate business, but my gosh, you have no time to close them. Maybe unless you know that they're going to be leads that are going to turn into a closing, right? If you knew out of these 100 leads, these are the 10 that are definitely going to buy a house this month, then you would just focus on those. However, you don't have time to chase 90 people who are not going to give you the time of day in order to find the 10. You just don't have the time. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's just been a great fit, especially for realtors and mortgage brokers.
I love it. And again, this is Costas Peppas, agentlegend.com. If somebody's listening to the show and they're wondering how are trends kind of changing, right? Because your system, it'll leave voicemails, it'll text message, it'll email. How are you seeing things kind of evolve in 2017 with how people are preferring to communicate?
Yeah, so I've got two thoughts in mind for that. One is video is extremely underutilized, and not just video that you send by email, but I'm sure Kyle, like if you take a cute little video of your child and you text it to your wife, she's going to get that right on her phone and she's going to play it, right? And she's going to know it's from you, right? Like, because it appears in your personal conversation. So we've built that same thing for our agents. So you're able to take a video on your phone and text it directly to your prospect. So it's all automated. They think that you just shot this video for them right now and you sent it to them as a video. So that'll get more attention. It's something we're definitely seeing working very well as of this year. The other thing I'll mention is a lot of people, they don't want to leave voicemails, right? Because they feel like they don't have the time. Why can't I just send a text message? You can do that. However, what we've found is if you leave a voicemail first and then send a text message, say 10 minutes later, only if they don't call back. So if you leave a voicemail and the prospect calls you back, you don't send a text message.
Right.
However, if they ignore you, 10 minutes later, they're more likely to respond to your text message because you left them a voicemail, right? So, and we all know, right? Like when you hear somebody's voice, there's a sense of trust that's conveyed in the sound. Anybody that's listening to my voice, or even you and I, Kyle, we haven't met, but I've talked with you a bunch, and I make all these assumptions about you because of the way you sound, and you sound great.
Right.
So I'd encourage every agent to operate on that as well. So leave your voice first, because again, that's the most personal thing that you can leave someone unless you meet them in person, and then follow up with everything else, and things will go better.
I love it. So again, if you're listening to the show, if you're in the real estate industry, the mortgage industry, or really any kind of business to consumer industry out there, even business to business, and you're looking to kind of take your marketing to the next level, by utilizing this Agent Legend system, it's really helped us with converting a lot of the inquiries that come in into actual customers. And I wouldn't bring Costas on the show unless I knew that it could help you listening to the show as well. So if you're looking to take your business to the next level and put some automation into your follow-up, I would really recommend you check out the system. Give us a call or shoot us a text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355, and I'll have a special little coupon code so you guys can give Agent Legend a shot. Because I'm confident that this can really help you grow your business. Even if you're one of my competitors and you're listening to the show right now, I'm happy to help you out. Costas is an awesome guy, and he'll help you get the system all dialed in. Costas, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me, Kyle. I appreciate it.
Cool. We're going to head to a break here on Whissel Wednesdays. When we get back to the home of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Talk about that. I don't know if I'm on here, but I can't believe he's wearing a Charger shirt. We're going to talk about
our
San
Los
Diego
Angeles Chargers
and these homers that went to L.A. We'll be right back.
AM 1170, The Answer. KCBQ.